gentlemen, the justices of the court. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. All persons having business before this appellate division of the Supreme Court held in and for the Third Judicial Department of the State of New York, let them draw near, give their attention, and they shall be heard. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege at this time to introduce to you the person who will be presiding over your admission ceremony this afternoon. A graduate of Bryant College and Albany Law School, he was in private practice for 15 years before his judicial career began with his election as a city court judge in the city of Albany in 1996. He went on to win election as a New York Supreme Court Justice for the 3rd Judicial District in 2005, a position he was reelected to in 2019. Finally, he was appointed to the Appellate Division 3rd Department as an Associate Justice in February of 2010 by Governor David Paterson. Ladies and gentlemen, the Senior Associate Justice of the Appellate Division 3rd Department, the Honorable John C. Egan, Jr.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Appellate Division 3rd Department. It'll be my honor this afternoon to preside over this ceremony where many of you will have the privilege of being admitted to the bar of the state of New York. We're all very proud that you are here with us today. Some of you have come from within New York State or other states in the country and even countries around the world. With me today, we have 4 other justices of the Appellate Division 3rd Department, and let me begin by introducing them in order of seniority. On my immediate right is Justice Sharon Ahrens from Bronx County. On my immediate left is Justice Molly Reynolds Fitzgerald from Broome County. On my far right is Justice Lisa Fisher from Greene County. And on my far left is Justice Eddie McSheehan from the Bronx. We're very grateful to have with us today Peter Robinson, who is a court system sergeant assigned to the Buffalo City Court, who will now sing the Star-Spangled Banner for us.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you very much, Sergeant Robinson. That was great. Let me now introduce for you the Clerk of the Appellate Division 3rd Department, Robert Mayberger, who I believe has a motion.
I do indeed, Your Honor. May it please the court. At this time, it is my honor and privilege to move the admission of these 138 individuals who have either been certified by the State Board of Law Examiners as having passed the bar examination, or who have the necessary legal education for admission on motion, and who have also been certified by their respective committees on character and fitness as possessing the requisite character and fitness for the practice of law in the state of New York.
Mr. Mayberger, your motion is granted.
Thank you.
And I will now call upon Justice Fitzgerald to administer the oath of office.
Good afternoon, and let me add my congratulations to all of you. It is wonderful to see so many attorneys actually smiling in front of us. Before I give you the oath, though, I do like to mention one important matter, and this is because we're mindful that some of you may not have spoken one-on-one to a member of our Character and Fitness Committee. Let me take this opportunity to remind you of a very important continuing obligation that you take on as you join our profession. To keep your law license current and avoid disciplinary consequences, you must keep your attorney registration up to date and register with the Office of Court Administration Attorney Registration Unit every 2 years, even if you do not practice in New York. As you become an attorney, you may also find it worthwhile to join a bar association or other professional organization. It's an important and enriching way to participate in our profession, our professional community, and to help improve the law. However, and this is your take home, this is what's really important. In New York State, the Bar Association membership is completely separate from maintaining your professional registration. And regardless of your Bar Association memberships, you must re-register every 2 years with the New York State court system to remain a licensed attorney and avoid discipline, including potential suspension of your New York license. Now, with that out of the way, if you would all stand, all the candidates for admission, stand. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the Office of Attorney and Counselor at Law of the State of New York, according to the best of my ability. Congratulations. Thank you all so much and welcome. You can have a seat.
Thank you, Judge Reynolds Fitzgerald. That was great. Before we turn to our main speaker, I want to make sure that each of our 138 admittees is recognized here for their achievement here today. You represent 14 different foreign countries and 17 states within the United States. So I'll now call upon Judge Fisher.
Good afternoon. As I call your country, please stand for a moment and then take your seat. While I know all of you want to cheer, I would like to ask everyone to hold their applause to the end so that everyone will have a chance to be recognized. And please remember that in compiling this list, we have used the addresses that you used on your application for admission, which may or may not represent the state or country you traditionally claim as your own. So, we have someone here today from Australia. Thank you. Brazil. Bulgaria. Canada. Colombia. France, Italy, Luxembourg, Saudi Arabia, Singapore, South Korea, Taiwan, and the United Kingdom. Thank you. Now, thank you. Some of you traveled very far to be here, and it's an honor to have you. I'm now going to turn over the the states from the United States that are present today to my Justice McShann. Thank you.
Congratulations to everyone, and as I call your state, please stand. All the way from California, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Massachusetts, Michigan, Mississippi, New Jersey, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Texas, Virginia, as well as the District of Columbia. And last but not least, the great state of New York. And why don't all of the invitees now take a moment, stand and turn to the audience and give your family and friends a round of applause and appreciation for all of the support they have given you, which has helped you reach this wonderful milestone today. And I wish all the invitees and all the families congratulations. And I now again call upon Mr. Mayberger for the purpose of introducing this afternoon's main speaker.
Thank you, Judge. It is now my pleasure to introduce this afternoon's keynote speaker. A graduate of New York University and City University of New York School of Law, her legal career began with several different jobs, including serving as a law clerk to 2 different judges, being a trial attorney for the Legal Aid Society, and engaging in private practice. Her judicial career began with her election as a judge of the Civil Court for Bronx County in 2003. She then went on to win election as a New York Supreme Court Justice for the 12th Judicial District in 2009. She was appointed to the Appellate Division 3rd Department as an Associate Justice in March of 2016 by Governor Andrew Cuomo, and in so doing became the first person of color, Black and Jamaican, to serve on the 3rd Department. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you our keynote speaker for this afternoon's ceremony. Please join me in welcoming the Honorable Sharon A.M. Aarons.
Thank you, Mr. Mayberger, for your very kind introduction. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am thrilled to address you as my fellow New York attorneys. For some of you, it has been a long and arduous journey, but you have survived. You have prevailed and are now a part of the fraternity of New York lawyers, a group that is one of the most prestigious and high-achieving. It is my understanding that you all originally hail from 14 different countries and 17 different states. Your presence here continues to make New York be representative of one of the most far-reaching and diverse collection of lawyers in not only the country, but in the entire world. I would dare you to show me a country in this world where their lawyers hail from as many different countries as we have represented here today. You have joined a melting pot of driven, focused, and talented individuals who have seen fit to be admitted to the New York Bar Fraternity. Your diversity is your strength. Your varied backgrounds are what will make you a credit to the institution and to the practice of law here in New York State. Now, I'm well aware that you here today who have now been admitted to practice in New York State all have your varying opinions about New York itself. The stereotypes of New York are boundless, and some of the adjectives used are that New Yorkers can be unfriendly, unhelpful, cutthroat, and aggressive. I'm here to tell you that yes, that may all be true. But I'm also here to tell you that New York lawyers, in my experience, have also proven to be the opposite. Having practiced in various arenas before ascending to the bench, I can tell you that I've found that New York lawyers to be focused, driven, and hardworking. But in that focus, and in that drive, and in that hard work, they never miss an opportunity to take care of their fellow attorneys, to lend a hand to a new attorney, to be courteous to their adversary, and to be kind to those who might need, who cannot afford their services. Now, that may not be consistent with what you have heard or might have thought, but my experience over the years have proven me right. Now, years ago as a young attorney, I was working for the Legal Aid Society, fresh out of law school and just plain scared that I was inexperienced yet holding the future of the accused in my hands. It was in those early days that I was encouraged, not only by my colleagues, but by seasoned prosecutors whose job it was to obtain a conviction. Their patience with me, their honesty, their integrity taught me that I could disagree but not be disagreeable. I could be a forceful advocate without being rude. I could be aggressive without being mean. That was when I realized that an attorney was not only an advocate for their client, but a representative of their profession. Now, I don't know what they do in other states and countries, but I learned that from some of the best and most seasoned attorneys that New York had to offer. I moved on to working for a law firm, and again I learned that although I represented different sides of the civil arena, I could fight hard, but still maintain a healthy respect for my adversaries, and in doing so, foster a reputation and respect for myself as an attorney and as an advocate. I've had conversations with law school colleagues and friends who practice in other states and countries, and the stories that they tell me always make me be proud to be a New York attorney. They often marvel at the key sense of camaraderie that we New Yorkers have. Now I caution you to learn balance. In this business, sometimes we can become so focused on the prize that we lose sight of the other things important in life. We are just coming out of a pandemic where we had to reflect on life and the direction of our lives. You are mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, Little League coaches, volunteer firefighters, soccer moms, and mentors to kids in your communities and in the different houses of worship. Make sure that you continue to do that. And if you are not doing it, start doing it. You must mentor the next generation, because I dare say, if someone can say you are a good or great lawyer, but you have not contributed your talents to your family, friends, and or your community, then you might have failed as a person. Because being a great lawyer is being a great representative of what is good in society. Throughout my professional life, as a public interest attorney with the Legal Aid Society, as a judge, as a professor, as the head of a nonprofit organization, to name a few, I have chosen to use my law degree and license to be a public servant and in the service of others. I have told you a little bit about my journey in life in the hope that it might inspire you in your journey to be an inspiration to others. Marion White Elderman, Esquire, an activist for civil rights and children's rights, and the founder of the Children's Defense Fund, once said that public service is the rent we pay for being. It is the very purpose of life, and not something we do in our spare time. Shirley Chisholm, a politician and professor, said it another way, that service is the rent we pay for the privilege of living on this earth. My fellow attorneys, one of the amazing things of your law degree and license is that it gives you a myriad of options. I've always said that as an attorney, you can live from week to week or like a multi-millionaire. But your law degree and license gives you the opportunity to use your training in the service of others. I'm not saying that everyone should get involved in public interest law, but everyone, no matter what area of practice you might be in, can be of service to others. You don't even have to be a practicing attorney. Judges do not practice law. But whether you use your law degree and license in corporate, entertainment, financial, medical, educational, international, or political arenas, just to name a few, you can always be of service to others within those specific areas. If you are in a large firm, you might seek out the opportunity to engage in some pro bono work. If your firm is not engaged in that practice, suggest it to them, or you might start that department yourself. You will find that there are many more people out there who need lawyers than there are lawyers. I guarantee you that not only will it make you feel good, but it will be of service to your fellow man and in turn enhance the reputation of lawyers, something that our profession desperately needs. So it is indeed my pleasure, my privilege to welcome you to the New York Bar. Maybe I'll see some of you appear before the bench of the Appellate Division 3rd Department in the future, but whatever you do, wherever life leads you here on, rest assured that your admissions to the New York State Bar distinguishes you. It means that you have climbed the mountain and you have achieved a certain stature that you should hold dear. With achievement, however, comes responsibility. In your behavior, in your practice, and in the use of your license, never fail to act with honor, honesty, and integrity. My fellow New York attorneys, today is your day to celebrate with your family and friends. Be proud of your accomplishment. Be humbled by your achievement. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge Ahrens. We're enriched by your comments, and we're very lucky to have you as a member of our profession in our court. We'll now have the opportunity to again enjoy the amazing voice of Sergeant Peter Robinson, who we thank for joining us today from Buffalo. Sergeant Robinson's final selection will be America the Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber majesty above the fruited plains. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesty above the fruited plains. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Thank you again, Sergeant, that's great. I want to thank the clerk of our court, Bob Mayberger, for organizing this ceremony here today. And the court wishes to thank and express our appreciation to the hardworking staff of our admissions office, Anthony Moore, Courtney Green, Tim O'Keefe, Tim Carey, Samantha Lee, Sarah Piper, and Sharina Addison. Finally, our sincere appreciation to the members of the Committee on Character and Fitness who reviewed your qualifications here today. I want to offer my personal congratulations to each new attorney and to the parents, friends, relatives, and friends who have supported you along the way. You should all be very proud of your accomplishment. As you go forward in our profession, always be mindful that real people will be affected by the decisions that you make as attorneys. Be courageous and caring, and give your best efforts in every case. Whether you gravitate to private practice, the corporate arena, or public service, your most important asset will be your reputation as an attorney. You will earn that reputation as a lawyer by taking pride in your work, always finishing what you start, doing what has to be done, being tough but fair, when making a promise, keeping it, talking less and saying more, remembering that some things are not for sale, knowing where to draw the line, and most importantly, always telling the truth. On behalf of Presiding Justice Gary and all of the other judges of the court, we wish you a long, pleasant, and happy journey in this noble profession. Mr. Mayberger, you may now adjourn these proceedings.
Thank you, Your Honor. This concludes our formal admission ceremony today. I would like to thank all of you for your attention this afternoon, and may I personally wish each and every one of the newly admitted attorneys the very best of luck as you embark upon your exciting new career. The world needs you now more than ever. This court will now stand adjourned until reconvened by order of the presiding justice. Thank you again, congratulations, and safe travels to everyone.